Hey, everybody. We decided to come on a little bit early. So, we last night made a pretty good video, comment on some stuff. Uh, I'm just kind of, guess, kill a few minutes. In case there's some new people out there that hadn't seen our video from last night, um, we got two offers. One is for a female only. We're in the process of offering the first female, whoever that may be, any color, any religion. We're not going to be picky. Body type, slim to average, 20s and 30s. Um, in the 423 area code, that's Decatur, Tennessee. 37322 zip code. So if you live anywhere near here, uh, you can let us know and comment while we're on. The other offer that we have is we'll be seeing if anybody up here would like maybe texting buddies or something, maybe meet on a spare occasion, have a special event or something that better get arranged, maybe do something every now and then. Then my wife's not really looking to do a lot of traveling or anything like that, but just somebody around in the local areas, since we really don't have anybody. So if anybody would like any of that, like I said, we could call or text, but we prefer texting first, kind of get to know who we're dealing with or what. Kind of on here, I guess. We could do it like that on here. And if you have a real cell phone company that you get a cell phone through, that I don't know what text mail is. That's foreign to me. Every cell phone I had, you could call somebody and get a hold of them. Yeah. Go ahead and turn that air off. I've had it on for a little while. But yeah, that helps. So anyway, I'm just going to explain kind of what we're doing. Like I said, we started this last night a little bit, and before you knew it, we got to rolling. So our video last night, got 11 views and got a like by, I assume, Dylan. And so I put a like on there. It's a good, cool, fun video. We got topics, things got going, got talking about the, music and singing. And we did some, we answered some of his questions. So we just kept rolling. Before you knew it,
we were having a blast.
We were on 3 hours. So it just depends on how long we go is how long. It depends on you guys. So we'll probably be on here for at least a little while and see if we get anybody. I know we said 8 o'clock, but my wife kind of wanted to do it a little bit early. So
I got that
So I'm gonna let her take over for a minute. Here you are.
Hello, females. This is Jessica Lyman. I've been just doing house chores because there ain't much to do. Been doing dishes and laundry, and I just went for a walk because I get bored around the house because you females out here, the only you guys ask for is money and cards. That's getting on my goddamn nerves. But, I just want somebody to, like my husband said, we want a unicorn bestie, but it's hard. Like my husband said, it's hard to, because,
Well, we're not doing that. That's off the internet. We're doing this. We're doing
I don't know, I'm just saying.
We're not going to do anybody
But
else.
I've been watching Living My Lifetime today. Today, a little bit, I was watching how the Amish used to live in the back days.
How about that movie?
They don't have TV, and they didn't have TV, and they didn't have cell phones. They do, like when you have like a pretty garden, like you do like vegetables and flowers and different vegetables, that kind of stuff. It was pretty neat. This one woman on there had a little boy. His name was Gabriel, and her husband said, he was taking her to court, in between the movie. He was like, well, I want custody of my son, and then, she was scared, about going in the U.S., USA, because she was Amish, she had that little different accent. Well, she finally got her son back, and her husband, she told the judge in the courtroom, or her husband, her son being right there, and she told her son, she hugged him, she said, I love you, I missed you, your dad kidnapped you, and he, his friend was Amish, I think his name was Joshua, Josh, and he was helping, the female with the, trying to get her boy back. They've been fighting for custody. Well, it was pretty neat, and she was telling George how, her husband was abusive to her, and her husband, I seen where, he was putting, his own best friend in the hospital that was Amish because, he got mad because his son got taken away from him because he lied to the judge about, the mom being an unfitted mother. Well, she wasn't. She raised that little boy. He was saying, I love you, Mommy. I missed you. I wanted to go home with you. She said, Dad scared me. Dad was getting too angry and too violent. And it was pretty neat movie, just seeing how they lived in the back days. I just didn't understand how they went to the bathroom. But, they did have some nice houses and big woods and how Burrow, the little wagon thingy that you guys use when you go and garden. Well, this guy, Joshua, his name was Joshua, the husband. He was pushing this wagon thing up on the road, on the Amish road, where he lived, He was going home to his wife and his kid. Well, this guy on the car, I guess, got him real angry at him. He was like, told him to get off the road. You're Amish. They didn't like them, how they dressed. Well, he took his son to USA without his mom knowing it. Well, his dad would go buy him some clothes from the Goodwill. He put in a fancy red bag, and said, your mom's not going to be with us. He goes and tells his dad, he goes, your mom's never going to come back. Your mama don't love you. He goes, that's not true, And he said, Dad, mom loves us no matter what. He goes, son, I'm telling you, your mom is never going to come back. And I just wanted to tear up in that movie. I mean, like my husband said, Amish don't, don't have what we got. The internet, the water, the what's it called, baby? And they ride in a little horse wagon. They don't have like cars and stuff like that. It was pretty neat. I mean, just seeing how the back days, I knew 2 people down here in Decatur that was Amish, but they don't live here anymore. But they were real sweet people. They were very friendly. They let me pet their horse up on their wagon. They let me pet it. It was pretty neat. But I had a great day. I let my husband take a nap because he was tired. Bless his heart. He was tired earlier. But I went for a walk earlier. It feels good outside and seeing the pretty leaves fall, different colors. It's pretty neat. I used to, in the back, before I got with my husband, my mom had like a daycare for these little kids. And we used to make food mats for Thanksgiving with the pretty leaves, different colors. Well, we put it on a construction paper and then we put the leaves in the middle. And then we put the sticky paper on top of the construction paper and I put it in a machine at Walmart. And we would make them little food mats, where they can set their food, up on the floor. It was pretty neat. I love, I love little kids. Don't get me wrong, I love them to death. But, I like doing crafts with them, when I had that daycare. We went outside and got in the sandbox and played a little bit of volleyball. They liked it. We played those little golf things where we hit the little ball with the little golf club thing. Croquet. That's what it's called, croquet. Croquet. I used to play that when I was little. But I I used to love babysitting. I just had so much fun, just one time with kids, going outside and going swinging, during the fall, we just have fun going out there and just run around until they got tired, and just worn them out, and they'll take a nap and then we'll have singing time, snack time, and coloring time, and we watch a little bit of cartoons. But, it's pretty cool if you got to really know me, I know I didn't get to really tell you guys about that, but that was something else I wanted to put out here. I'm very creative.
Tell about your art and all that good stuff.
Oh yeah, I used to make string with beads. Like I would make like necklaces and bracelets. It was hard for me to measure somebody's wrist, because they might be, their wrist might be a little bit bigger than mine. But it was hard to measure that, just and I used to paint a little bit. I color a little bit. I like making cards out of construction paper. It's pretty neat. I buy these coloring sheets from the coloring book, and and you can make one for like Halloween, or like you can cut the picture out and glue it up on the card. You fold it in half. Like I learned in school. You fold it in half, and then you can put the picture on the top of the construction paper. That's how my art teacher taught me how to make cards out of construction. And I used to make in school. I used to make stuff out of clay. I loved it. It was nice and cold. She would let us get the clay out, and I used to make flower pots, or jewelry boxes or something. You can put your jewelry in, so you wouldn't lose it. Well, high school was a little bit rough for me, but I'm glad I did graduate and did learn a little bit of things that I didn't know, like home ec. I liked home ec a little bit. Home ec was pretty neat. I we went outside. I was good at Special Olympics. I was in it a little bit. I was on a basketball team, soccer, softball. Let's see, what else was on? Oh, I was a cheerleader for a little while. I was a cheerleader. I can't do what I used to, but my husband has to watch me because I got bad knees. Because I'll go into explanation. I was living at Palmwood when I met my husband. What year was it, baby? 2010? 2011. And on my birthday, I didn't go out there and I didn't tell my husband what I was going to do, go outside. Well, I went to go try to do a backflip on concrete. I ran first, like I always did, and then my right foot went underneath my left foot, and I went all the way down and smacked the concrete pretty hard. But they said I was lucky I didn't hurt my neck or my head. They said they thought I had a neck injury, but I didn't. They said I was a lifesaver, that God was, watching over me, I guess. He said the Amos guy was pretty nice. He asked me if anything else was hurting than my knee, and I said, no, my knee's just bothering me real bad. So I've been in a knee brace for a little while. It's like a sports brace. It's blue and black with black stripes. But it gets real hot, though. If you leave it on for too long. But my knees are better thanks to Benchmark. They really helped me with the therapy. It's really helped me a lot. And I just want to tell them thank you because I didn't get a chance to tell them thank you for that. Because they took out their time and helped me with, what I needed help with. The females were really, really nice over there. They were very sweet and loving. They care about their patients. I had this one that I like. Her name was Amanda. And she was a redhead. And she was just so sweet. She stayed with me the whole time. And I said, bless her little heart. I was like, don't you have something else to do? And she said, no, I'd rather spend time with you. And I was like, she was just the sweetest redhead I've ever met. But I've been through a lot, like I said, been through Hiwassee and stuff. I'm doing better. Like my husband said, I'm not like other people that goes there, that are way off more than I was. Yeah, the ones that he's met is like me and Connie, like he said, he met me and Connie, from there, And I met Connie twice. I met Connie twice. She was a little sweetheart. I couldn't say nothing bad about her. She was so nice to me. She made me feel like, I was a friend. She gave me her number. We text a little bit. And, she let me meet her little girl. She had a beautiful little girl. She was a blonde head, but she's so sweet like her mama. Bless her heart. I want everybody to just pray for her family because they lost her, She was real sick. Real sick. But that was Derek's first girlfriend, wasn't it, babe? Girlfriend. Well, he was, just hanging out with her. I'll just say hanging out as friends, I guess.
Well, I'm sure it's been fine on there again. I wanted that.
Oh, yeah, he wanted that, but she didn't. I think she just wanted to. Susan.
I don't have a car. I don't have nothing. I'm taking it home. My daddy. All I got to do is daddy.
Yeah. But, I couldn't stand Susan Rogers' cob, man. Every time I stare at her, the last time I stared at her, when she pulled that stunt that last time, man, I had to leave the house because I said if I seen any violence, I was going to go off. But my husband said, honey, just move out of the way. Let her do what she wanted to do because he said she wouldn't have gotten a shot in because he said I would have knocked her up on her ass.
Well, she's threatened to give me no choice.
Yeah, my husband said that she wouldn't have had no choice of letting him knock her. But she had no right trying to come up to him and saying that she's going to do something. I knew she didn't have the guts to do it. Because, I went and let her. I jumped in front of my husband. I told her, I said, you better back up, bitch.
I told her you better go on.
Yeah, my husband said, Lord, let her go on and do it. But she didn't do it. My husband was trying to do was hug her and comfort her because, she said she's been through a lot. But that doesn't for her to go and get up and try to attack you. My husband don't mean no harm. He just wants to be with a female that likes to be cuddled and taken care of, kissed, hugged. Like he does with me. He's like a little teddy bear. He's like a little teddy bear that keeps me warm. He keeps me warm when I'm I'm like cold blooded. I'm like a shark, you know. I got that cold blooded, and he like his daddy, Danny Lehman. Well, we call him Danny Jr. Well, yeah, Danny Jr. Yeah, he was named after his his papa, Dan Lehman. Yeah, that's Danny's daddy. Everybody gets him mixed up because there's Dan and Danny. But the Carters had this song written by him, and I still listen to it these days. Here I Am, Lord, by Danny Lehman. The Carters sing it now, and every time when they used to come to church, that's the first song that I request because he wrote that song, and that brightens me up to hear his voice. He wrote that song, and it was just beautiful. He put how he felt, and I loved his drawings. Oh my goodness, he is the best drawer I've ever met. He drew me this Bigfoot, and I still have it in my notebook. I still have it. But it was cute though, because he gave something special to me, that I can have something of him. And he bought me stuffed animals, a watch, a bracelet. He tried to get me a Scooby when I was sick that one time. He tried to get me a Scooby out of the pig machine, like my husband was trying to get me this. He's been trying to get me this pretty kitty cat, out of the machine, on the second machine. And Danny was like checking the game machine, like checking it and trying to knock it to see if he could pick it up by its collar. And the little round thing kept dropping its collar. And I was like, man, I hope he gets it for me. And Danny would spoil me every time he would come. Or he would let me lay up on his chest up in the chair when he was taking a nap. He said, you can lay up on my chest, baby, if you're tired. And he said, you're my daughter. I will always be here if you need me. See, I didn't have a dad raised up because my dad was always in trouble. But when Danny came in my life, he was more dad to me. More than anything. He was more a dad to me, like he is Darren and Derek. He was a dad to me. And I missed Dot like crazy. Bless her little heart. I loved her dad. She was so goofy. She would have you rolling. She would have you giggling. The last time that she was in the nursing home, bless her little heart, she seen a spider, up underneath her bed. And she would go get the nurse, and she said, there's a spider up underneath my bed. And so she jumps up on the bed, and jumps up and down, get the nurse to get the broom to get the spider. I said, no, just hit it with a shoe. It's a little baby. She goes, no, be scared of spiders. I said, I do. I said, it'll go away on its own. And she would just giggle. And she would ask me every time I go down there, she goes, where's my baby boy? And she was talking about Derek. She would always go, where's my baby boy? Call him. I want him there. I want my baby boy. And I'm like, I'll tell her, he was at the doctor's office, going for an appointment. She would cry and cry and cry for Derek. I mean, she would grab my phone out my hand. Bless her little heart. She said, I want my two baby boys. She said, Darren and Derek. She would have pictures of just Derek and Darren, She said, those are my boys. She said, those are my boys. She said, no matter what Gina says, those are my boys. I said, do you like Gina? She goes, oh, hell no. She said, she's a witch. I said, and it was funny, and I mean, Derek's mama is pretty, by the way, but she could be a devil in the sky sometimes. But I'm gonna let him get back to talk to you guys for a little while. Here you go, honey.
Huh? Oh, okay. Well, yeah, we've had a lot of things, like I said, going up here. We, like I said, we kind of touched on it a little bit in our video last night. I was going to wait till probably a little while, but I got just in case you know somebody new hadn't seen it. Our stuff there, we'll put it in there after a while when we have done stuff here for a little while because we're on here a little bit earlier than I thought we were going to be. But anyway, yeah, we just had Dot and Danny's only. Oh, I was gonna do it later.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't gonna do it right now.
Oh, okay.
I was going because I knew it was like we was on there 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, y'all saw the little bag, and I just had it sitting out so whenever it was ready
Oh, okay.
for later, so it'd have something to kind of kill a little bit of time.
Okay.
But yeah, sung a few songs last night. But Dot, yeah, unfortunately, I don't like. I try not to talk about her, the last few weeks, although that's what my wife's referring to. Because even though she had, a little bit of her memory, she didn't have a lot of it. And like I said, that I don't like to remember that version of Dot too much because actually, that wasn't Dot. Dot was going through a lot of pain and a lot of stuff. I mean, at times you could tell some of the things were, what she'd say would be something she'd say, but then she'd go off and say something else, and then it wasn't something that Dot would say. My dad would come over there before she got really down. He would tell me before they put her in a nursing home. It's shortly after my wife's birthday, probably about a month afterwards or something. A little bit after her birthday, we started noticing this. But Dot, she used to go to yard sales, and when her mama and my grandmother, but used to, she'd go to yard sales and get out on Saturdays, and even though I didn't really care anything about it, it was just kind of fun. Just a little bit, things, every now and then you might find a toy or, something cheap. I haven't been to yard sale in probably over 10 years. Well, it's been at least eight or nine, somewhere through there, because I remember we went to one. But it's been a long time. Yeah, we don't normally get to do that, but my enjoyment was basically when I was a kid. Do you need help, honey? All right. Okay. But I've been to a lot of places: Chattanooga, Tennessee. Been up to the Northgate Mall, Hampton Place Mall. Went up there a few times. Even went to Chuck E. Cheese. Had a birthday or two up there, and then went a couple times. I think me and my brother both had our birthday party up there at least once. But been to Discovery Zone, and that used to be a thing. We've been to Rock City, rode the Chattanooga Choo Choo Train. One time we rode the 2-hour train ride with Dot and Granny, and it like to kill them. Well, we had done the 45-minute one before, and a couple times, and we thought, well, wonder what the 2-hour train ride would be like. And so I don't know how old I was. I guess probably about 10, somewhere through there, because Darren is at least 5 years younger than me. So he's probably about 5 or 6. but we went and went up there and up to Chattanooga, and 2 hour train ride was just basically all these weeds and trees, just things that, we thought they'd be like some kind of unique sightseeing stuff or something, or something like that. I just, we didn't know. So we rode, anyway, we rode the whole thing. And after about an hour, you got off, and they turned this train around this table, and you went back. So basically, you got one hour train ride back, forward one way, and then going back the other way. You didn't, so it wasn't really anything, it was not really, just, but yeah, we used to go, Rock City. I was trying to tell my wife, Rock City ain't really nothing. You ain't missing nothing there. I only went there one time, and that wasn't our suggestion. That was my grandmother's, and Dot didn't like it either. Oh, God, I hate that. All it is a bunch of, if you ever seen the Grand Canyon, or, just do the rock, if you've ever went rock climbing, that's about the extent of it anywhere.
And it does look like Great Kitty Cat.
What is that? Oh, man. But, yeah, like I said, and they had this thing, them Darren and everybody had to go through it. You couldn't go back, and I was real little then. I was the oldest, but I still didn't like it, and I didn't really want to fool going through this thing. But it looks like you're not going to be able to fit through there, but it's just wide enough for a person to get through there. And it was called the Fat Man Squeeze or whatever. And I remember not liking that too well. I wanted to hurry up and go on back. I tell you the best, but we made it through there after I'd almost, at that time, I thought, man, it's one of the only times I thought I'm not going to make it. And I got kind of scared a little bit and shook up enough. And, but anyway, we made it through there, and then, but the best thing about that whole thing, that is little gold rocks. I kind of like those neat little deals. We brought some of that home. I don't even know what happened to it, but we got us one of these little bucket things, and we got us some, it's like a little old basket or a little some kind of bucket or something. It had, I remember these little rocks you could go through there and pick out what you wanted. Some of them was a little different than others, but no, it really wasn't nothing. I mean, if you've ever been across the bridge,
I never been to
kind
Rock City.
of walk through it, just like a trail or something. Don't ask me where it's at either.
I've been to the waterfall, the
but
Ribby waterfall.
I ain't been there.
That's fun.
I wouldn't go there anyway.
Maybe you're gonna go with me one day. Maybe it's just a walking trail.
Well, it's no better than this.
It has a little bridge you can walk on and watch the waterfall.
It's about the same as that. Exact deal. Be quite honest with you. The only thing I enjoy is the gift shop.
You're like me.
Cause it's so boring. Dot, me and Darren, that's rare when we had it. We had 3 out of 4. I think Granny thought we'd get a kick out of it, but why, I don't know. Because like I said, it's just not, I'm not one of these nature freaks, but
I don't want to tell you.
we had the one time we went up to Knoxville Zoo, went up to Knoxville, Tennessee, one time, and this was probably around that same time, sometime during the summer. We used to, like I said, a lot of fun things. What the heck's that?
My ravioli's, I'm letting them cool off.
That does sound
Oh,
but
I'll get those up for you too.
anyway, went up to Knoxville Zoo, and Granny got the directions. And what's funny, the funniest thing about it, we got up there, and this wasn't even a phrase on the commercial then, but I remember going up there, and my brother, he and I was kind of getting a little impatient after a while, and tired of riding. Oh, what's your thing?
Are you better refrigerator?
But But went out there and actually the Knoxville Zoo's pretty good. It's
I want to go back.
trying to think. Anyway, went up there and saw this. Oh, they had all kinds of animals and things and sightsee. Much things, you know, you could pet some things you couldn't. But they had some pretty cool things. I do remember one of the things we did was we put this money in the machine, and it made whatever elephant or like a thing out of like this hard clay like thing. And it made it while you was standing right there at this machine. I thought that was pretty cool. You got to take home like I think I remember I got the elephant, and I can't remember what the other one was, but we had two different ones. I think one might have been a monkey. I don't remember. But and then of course, you know, been to the aquarium, and it's okay, but it's you know, of course, when I went, it's kind of a everyday occurrence well, not every day, but a regular, let's just say, if you're going to go to a school trip, that adds a kind of a regular, easier theme thing to do, something like that. And, you know, it had stuff in there like sharks, stingrays, or something. You know, all glassed in, though. They couldn't get to you.
Yeah.
But turtles and all kinds of stuff. That's about as close as I've been to any animals when I was going on
I got
school
the
trips.
man Cassie.
But I don't know. And a monkey.
Uh-huh.
And you did
I got made this too.
and you did eat some bananas.
I want to tell.
All right.
No. I went to Knoxville Zoo with one time that with my mom, like I was saying, and this gorilla or monkey, whatever she was, I think she was a gorilla, but she was the sweetest thing. Her name was Cassie, by the way. I don't know if she's still alive or not. She probably wouldn't recognize me if she seen me, if she was still alive. They would let her out of the cage, and she was sitting on the floor, you know, by where I was sitting. And she picked me up, put me in her arms, and was rocking me and singing to me. And then they gave her a banana, you know, asked her if she was hungry. And she said no. You know, she shook her head no at them. And they took the peeling off for her, you know, let her hold the banana. Well, she was feeding me. She thought I was her baby. So she was feeding me, and I said, Cassie, that's your food. She goes, She put one in my mouth. I'm like, Cassie. And then she would kiss me, before they put her back in the cage, and she would put her hand up on the glass. She cried, and she didn't want me to leave her, bless her little heart. I told my mom, I said I would have took her home in a heartbeat, because that was my favorite monkey in the world. Then I've been to Dollywood with class, with my school. It was all right, but I mean, it was like how they show you the bad days, like the old Western stuff, Dolly Parton, her car museum. My husband doesn't like the hallway, but I'm not a big roller coaster rider. I mostly stood on the ground, look at the museums and water. I like the water rides. It was all right because it was really hot that day too. But I got a season pass to go with my school because the school was paying for it. They gave us season passes. They have little restaurants up there, a little bit of concerts, and I went to the one. They had the little Sesame Street concert up there. That was my favorite thing up there because I had Big Bird and Tweety Bird, Bugs Bunny, Cookie Monster, Elmo. What was that? The fairy's name?
What?
Abby the fairy.
What?
She's pink and purple. Abby, the one I showed you on the cover, honey. And I used to work at Blockbuster in school. I forgot to tell you guys about that. I used to work at Blockbuster and nursing homes up in Ohio. That was through a school program. I was going through it for a while. I mean, the nursing homes are okay, but the patients kind of got on my nerves a little bit. That's why I told my teachers, I said, if you put me in another room with another patient, that's crazy. Like, very crazy and going nuts. I said, you better not put me in that room because I said, I will tell every one of them off. I said, you'll have to kick me out of that room. And she goes, my teachers just laughed at me, they were like, you don't mean it. I said, you want to make a bet? And all my classmates were laughing at me because, I was being so honest about it. The whole class was laughing. Because, we were talking about the laughing teacher standing there, right in front of us, We were talking about it, they asked us what our best experience was, in the school program. I was like, well, I like the Blockbuster, that was my favorite, it was a movie place, they teach you how to stock, put the movies up on the shelves and put the candies up on the shelf, the box, little small box of candies. I worked at a hospital. I was doing the laundry mat. That was fun. I really had fun with that. You learn how to fold towels and washcloths and I'll get it in a minute. Hold on. Be right back. Hold on. Be right back.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, I had to go get my husband a Sprite. Told you I'd be right back. Like I said, I did like Special Olympics, like, Oh yeah. Oh, sorry. My bad. Thank you, honey. I had, a school program. My teachers always asked me, what's the best experience that you did? And I said, well, the Blockbuster was my favorite because, like I said, I was explaining before I went to get up and get a drink. I worked at a hospital, fold towels and washcloths and blankets for the patient's beds, We teach us how to do that a little bit. So, they said when you get out in the real world, it's going to be a lot more harder, when you don't have your parents around to take care of you. They were trying to teach us, how to take care of yourself, It was like, like a skill test, They were trying to see how our skills are. they would keep up, your updates, and you get graded. I got graded a little bit. I was let me a little more explanation. My classmates thinks I was a teacher's pet because I would make a little bit A's on, my career stuff. They were jealous, of me. But I said I'm not no different from them, you know. And they said, why did you get to go to job stuff like that and get to go to lower classes, but we had to stay in CDC all day? I said, that wasn't my decision. That was the teacher's decision. See, I wish I never really got back with my old friends in high school because, they're a pain in the asses. I had to push them away because, I choose my husband over them. Because, my husband's right. Everybody changes when you get older. When you leave high school, it's different. But, I feel sorry for my husband. He lost one of his best friends, Eric Rowan. He just passed away.
Yeah,
He was a sweetheart, though.
that's right.
He was very friendly. Bless his mama's daddy's heart. Oh, hey, I'm lucky I ain't seen that about Bonehead. Bonehead was a bonehead. And he knows who he is. But my husband, when I met him, he was volunteering for Jones Street Cafe in Decatur. Now it's called Family Diner. Now, he was a dishwasher person. He washed dishes. I was very proud of him. I was with, Bonehead at the time. But, I was getting ready to break it off with Bonehead anyway. He was getting on my damn nerves. When I saw Derek, I had the fireworks in my eyes. I told Courtney, I said, he's the one you ate. He goes, what do you mean by that? I said, Derek's got the brains and you don't. I said, you got a dough brain for a peanut. See, like my husband said, you know what really gets girls attracted to him? My husband always asks me this, and I try not to crack up laughing. See, he tries to show off in his fancy cars that he used to have, like his Mustangs, and he thought he was all...
Oh, you're talking about him. Huh?
Yeah. He thought he was a pimp. He said that he was a pimp because he had all those cars. I said, Courtney, you ain't no pimp. I said, do you know what a pimp is? And he goes, what? I said, a pimp is, you're asking women for money. You're like a sugar daddy.
They're out there.
Prostituting. Yeah.
Take your money.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like my husband said, they're trying to take your money. It's like a sugar daddy. Sugar daddy thing.
No, it's just different.
Oh.
It's basically what the Godfather called a hoe.
Ho!
And basically what it'd be is one night
stand.
And they do the quickie and get their money. Of course, they could get their killing.
Yeah, true.
Well, what was the other one you said? What was the other?
Pip. I think I said a pip.
No, you said something. You had another thing I was going to try to tell you.
Oh, I forget now.
Yeah.
But, a prostitute, sugar daddy.
Oh.
Sugar daddy.
Sugar daddy is basically somebody that's basically a friends for benefit thing.
Oh, okay. Now I know the difference.
Basically, as long as you're doing their thing for them, you're having a friends for benefit relationship type thing. Or what we're doing, but not that.
Yeah. But I wanted to tell you more about me. But you know, I do miss Bone him, but he'll always be my friend, no matter what. We had our ups and downs, but like my husband said, we got each other. We gotta, you know, take it slow. And if our unicorn bestie comes, be thankful.
Well, it'd come off here.
But he said if it does happen, it happens. If it don't, it don't. He said, baby, don't get upset because we got each other and we got to think about each other. And I do. I really do. I really want a unicorn bestie because I want somebody that I could spend time with. I pushed my family away for this, and I pushed all my old friends away for this. I want someone beautiful, and I don't care if you're a red hair. I don't care if you're a blonde, brownish hair. I don't care if you're skinny, athletic, something that I don't care what color you are, as long as you're sweet on the outside and sweet in the inside. But we do not want married couples. We want single women. And we're not into men. We're not into men. But I do like Dylan, and Dylan's my little buddy. I can't push him away. He's my little buddy.
I'm saying you could spur this on
Yeah.
a rare occasion.
Oh, yeah.
But if once we get to your main thing, if that comes, then
Yeah.
Sarah closes that up.
Hold up. Okay. I was trying to get it. I was going to get some.
Don't show her dog.
Uh-huh. This is Dorothy. I'm a reborn mama. And where's Grace? Where's Grace? Gracie, be good. And this is my little sweet thing. This is Gracie and her dog Spot. Spot. She was being bad yesterday, all day yesterday. She was disrespecting her daddy when she's not supposed to be. But I collect those like this stuff, and my reborn mama. We collect stuffed animals. You'll see them in different videos. We like to watch TV. I like to cook dinner and lunch, and what else do I do, baby, during the day? It's mostly the usual. I'll just put it that way. It's just the usual. I get plenty of sleep at night, so I might be awake for when Dylan gets on here. I'll be more wide awake because, like my husband said, I didn't hardly move my head when I was texting Dylan. He said in a video, he said, you had barely moved your head when you were texting Dylan. I said, he had me rolling. I said, he was talking about different things, cartoons, and how he watched HVS tapes.
VHS.
Oh, yeah. And he likes Blue's Clues like I do. I love Blue's Clues. That's one thing I like. Sesame Street, Hey Arnold, Barney, VeggieTales. My cousin got me in the VeggieTales. I like Bear in the Big Blue House. I like that. I like the Ed movie. I like the little monkey movie. He was adorable. He loved playing baseball. That was just the cutest movie. When he had a really well, when my husband made that noise, that's when the guy knew that he had to go to the bathroom. It was funny, just laughing at it. The monkey was just like, ooh, hanging up on the ceiling by the light shade and acted goofy. He loved that little girl, though. He just adored that little girl. That little girl just got so attached to Ed. It was so cute. I'm just watching that. That's the first time I've ever seen a monkey movie. By the way, that's my first time seeing that. Because when my husband showed me that was just adorable. But we like to go shopping, singing. I like to draw and paint. Uh, uh, I like to go to the thrift stores. And this is Sue. I named after a co-worker at Dr. Moore's office. Hold on. Let me get it, baby. This is Catherine, my big baby. She's a play pal, and I love her to death. A lady was trying to get rid of her on Facebook, trying to throw her away. So I rescued her. Didn't I, baby? I rescued you, didn't I, baby? Just lay her down, I'll get her in a minute. But, never, baby. But I showed you some of my dolls that, maybe there's a female out there that likes the same thing like I do. Like my husband said, that we'll have something in common. Sometimes the other day when my husband went to his doctor appointment, I was watching YouTube, reborn moms, taking their babies out, and I was showing my husband one of the videos because there was this little girl who had this little cute little blonde. She was a toddler reborn, and her name was Sarah, and she would talk through a smartphone, and she would make a noise. She'd go, "Mama, Baba," and she'll ask her. She goes, Are you hungry?" And she said, "No." And she said, "You want to go to daycare?" And she goes, "No." She said, "I'd rather stay home with Mama." No. She said, And Mama's like, you're going to daycare. And she goes, "But Mommy, shopping." It was just adorable, watching, like my husband said, it's normal to, crack up at certain things that makes you giggle, Like I said, with Dale last night, man, he was just a crack up. Hey, he had me rolling. What time we didn't go to bed till what? Almost 2:00 a.m. But thank you, Dylan, for making our day yesterday. I just wanted to ask you how your day was. You're probably busy or probably at work, but I can't wait to talk to you tonight, baby. And Patricia, thank you for talking to me last night. But here's my husband.
But let's see, where was that? I forgot. Oh, and I've been to. Oh, she's talking about that old Dolly Parton. I tell you, if I'd have to say, I still to this very day keep. I tell you, well, I give my opinion on this, and this kind of example how I usually get somebody to laugh at me. But I would say, just on my gut hunch, I'd have to say old Dolly Parton must have been wanting some money, and somebody threw her a money tree out there and said, "Hey, yeah." They probably seen her singing that freaking song.
I always love you.
Yeah, I never was so disappointed in hearing that song.
I love it.
With her singing that.
I love it.
I'll tell you the best version is Whitney Houston's.
Oh yeah.
You hear that one, you won't want to hear Dolly's. Trust me. Whitney Houston, man, I tell you, she really had a voice on her. I can't believe she got mixed up that idiot Bobby Brown, but her and a lot of them singers, man, they sure had a good voice on them. But Yeah, we let's see. And one time I had a chance to go up there at Old Dollywood, but I had just had my surgery. I was almost 15, and I elected not to go because I didn't figure I'd want to walk all that much and do all that up there. But there was a chance for that. But all the stuff I got to do was pretty much in Chattanooga. Uh, I just about been about everything that there was in Chattanooga. Lake Winnie, went over there. Remember riding the boat chute thing. You get in it, and they get you in a boat, and it's up on a roller coaster like thing track. So then eventually the end of it is like this thing goes, and then it's this big thing of water, and it goes, and all the water comes on you, and then they just take you on around. And then they had the Darren. I remember I've been several times when I was a kid. I ain't been probably over 25 years, or probably 28, somewhere through there, 28, 29 years. But every time we'd go, Darren would get upset a little bit because there was just one roller coaster up there, and it was a cannonball. It's called the cannon, and there wasn't nothing special about it. Well, why'd they call it the cannonball? I don't know. But I mean, it was fun once it got going down and doing that deep part. I remember one time almost coming out of my seat. Had I not had the bar on me, I'd have flew out of that thing because I could feel myself coming off that seat. That thing was doing so much. But yeah, it was a pretty fun park. Theme park. They had your games there. It's better than what they have up here every year. Meigs County Fair ain't nothing compared to Lake Winnie, though. They had the bumper cars, this Lake Winnie thing. Had the train. You could ride the train, go around, see the park. Not all of it, but you could, it had a train thing you could ride. But, yeah, Chattanooga is where most of my. Then in Cleveland, my dad would take me to River Park and
Deer Park.
Park. And then every once in a while, we'd go over here at this school in Cleveland, and it'd be like these kids have a birthday party or something. I didn't even know them, but it's funny, man. Darren would just kind of be happy to be over there, and we'd be like, hey, we can just go over there and join in and get some cake. So, and luckily enough, they didn't care. When Danny would be sitting over there reading his damn newspaper, like some bonehead.
I love your dad.
But that's all. Awesome. That's all he'd do is collect newspapers. And his whole room would be junked up, just like mine would be with wrestling people or whatever.
Y'all said your dad was a junkie.
Wrestling men, but that stuff like that. But let's see. I went to IMAX theater. That's okay, but I'm not much. Trying to think if there's anything else there. Let's see.
What about?
Oh, I haven't had enough. I'm full.
I'm
full.
What's gonna feed you, baby?
Oh, I know. I'm full, honey. Yeah, I'm full. But about just about seen everything there was in Chattanooga. I used to like when we go to McDonald's there in Cleveland and have the playgrounds. Boy, they don't have anything much like that now. You don't hardly see it. No
I
Ronald,
like the kid meals.
no Ronald McDonald.
Ronald McDonald.
But yeah, there's a bunch of places I've been, but not probably. I was trying to think of anything. Yeah. That's it. Huh?
Didn't you tell me that you went to that K&B twice in the mall? You got
Yeah.
your,
Bradley Square Mall, and they used to have some good stores in there. Play at the old pocket change game, a big old game place where you play all kinds of games, win some tickets, prizes. My best thing was that pinball machine, but the where you get these baseball cards if you hit it certain things or get a home run or whatever. Most of the time it's homers. And them cards come spitting out there. Oh Lord, that's how I got my couple of rare Hank Aaron's that I had.
I can't believe
What?
I couldn't believe you didn't go rollerblading. I loved it.
No. Now, one time when she brought up something, they wanted me to go roller blading out this one trip. I told her about it before, but put that on here on thing. But instead of doing that, heads up, I didn't know if it'd have any games or something. So this is when I lived with my mama. This is before I moved up to Decatur full time. I was over there, probably McDonald, Tennessee. And they had this roller blade thing they were going to do. Everybody but me practically pretty much did it. So they happened to have this skee ball machine over there. And it's got your 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. And then it's got, then on the sides over here it had 100, over here it had 100. Well,
I love you.
love you too, hon.
I'm sorry I'm never.
Oh, that's all right.
Mm.
Oh, goodness. Let's see. Then I was, I was going over there to get see what they had. If they had any games that brought me a lot of money to play. I don't know how much it was. I was given my mom or whatever, but she gave me quite a bit. And so anyway, I didn't know what I was going to use it for. I didn't know. But so got going over there and I saw a skee ball machine. And so it was there probably 4 or 5 hours at least, maybe 6. I don't remember, but at least probably 4 hours. And in that length of time, I had all the tickets. It took over 1,000. I think it was over 1,000 something tickets. I think it was like 1,500 tickets. I remember hitting all and I had to hit those 100s, had to hit those 50s. That's a pretty good skee ball player. I like the higher up corner ones because if you threw it right and hard enough, it just go right down in there. And those ones over on the sides, on the high top. So that machine, you never seen such tickets come out of that thing. But I won a glass angel, and somehow another one, my mom was doing all her moving around. One of her moving around trips, she lost it somewhere. I don't know, but it was worth. It's it was a pretty one. Heavenly angel stuff. Not a very big religious person, but it's a nice, neat little thing they had up there, sitting up on top of that. And he said, That guy was shocked. He said, I can't believe it. You know, shocked. He couldn't believe I won, stayed there, played that long. And I mean, we were right at the cusp of going home when I finished up. Probably about 2 or 3 minutes before it was time to go home. Just enough time to go up there, get all that done, and get that. And I mean, man, I wish she'd never lost that because it's a nice little piece there. A big old angel thing. It was white, I think. White, had wings or something on it. But yeah, that was probably the most fun I had. And playing field day and all that good stuff. Did that when I was in school. Anytime I was out there doing something like that, field day and all that other stuff, you know, I like doing that. PE and all that good stuff. But no, we never really, I never really went too many places. Had a opportunity or two to go to Florida, but I turned it down. My dad wanted to take me one time back when he had his second wife. Well, the first time he wanted me to stay back and watch the kids because he kind of figured I didn't want to travel. But then the second time he's like asked me, and I said, I don't know. You know, because I was like, you know. So I stayed. So Darren went though that time. He stayed back with me the first time. But then he wanted to go the second time, so I got to watch the kids. Which, and don't get me wrong, I like kids, and these kids were good. They wasn't no problem. You know, compared to what my wife saw up here, you know, with that, I call it crack whore. And that old Susan. But anyway, I mean, these kids that this woman had, this other woman that my dad had, she, Deborah, or whatever, her kids were really good. You would never know they was really there unless, well, I mean, your two girls is kind of ones that probably liked me the best. They was, they'd play around and wrestle a little bit, play around a little bit like that, not really hurt no, you know, nothing. I'd sit there and kind of watch them, make sure they didn't accidentally do something to one another, but they goof around, kind of remind me of me and Darren, you know, back in our kid days. But yeah, I just, I enjoyed my kid days. Just sucks you can't really find anything out and about much anymore. You know, it seemed like I say, the older somebody gets, the worse they seem to get. Usually what somebody offers you usually doesn't quite fit. But I was going to say, kind of going to, I know I touched on it a little bit earlier, but we're not big on you know, getting into a whole lot of people's stuff or anything, but like I was trying to explain to her, I don't want to sound like I don't want nobody around us, but you know, I mean, if we got the unicorn thing, that would be enough. But if somebody just happened to be around here too and wanted to be like a text buddy or wanted to, you know, and there was a couple of people like off here that wanted their numbers or something like that, you know, or if they were on here, you know, and they just like us, kind of have nothing to do, and they really wanted to value a little bit of our time. and maybe on special occasions or something, maybe go out there and you know have a lunch or do something a little bit. Because one thing about it, if we get our unicorn bestie or whatever, we'll probably be fooling with that, and depending on what she does or however she would feel. Me, I don't like being around big crowds. Every now and then, I don't mind doing stuff, but usually when I've done stuff with people, they've always had tricks up their sleeve and more than enough people to kill a horseman. So I just kind of leave everybody alone. Like she was kind of saying, I don't like it when people ask for cards and money and all that junk. But that's off the internet stuff. We're just going to try to come out here and try this new thing that we want to try. Maybe it just probably ain't on there yet, honey. It didn't get on there till about 8:30. We got on here, it was about 8. But we did a few songs last night. I guess, I could probably, I know I've got one in my head here. Yeah, I got one. American girls and American guys will always stand up and salute, will always recognize when you see old glory flying. There's a lot of men dead, so we could sleep in peace at night when we lay down our head. My daddy served in the army. When he lost his right eye, blew a flag out in his yard. Till the day that he died, he won my mother, my brother, my sister, and me to grow up and live happy in the land of the free. Now this nation that I love is falling under attack. A mighty sucker punch came flying in from somewhere in the back. Soon as we could see it clearly through our big black eye, man, we lit up your world like the 4th of July. Hey, Uncle Sam, what's your name? At the top of his list, and the statue of Liberty started shaking her fist, and the eagle will fly. And there's gonna be hell when you and Mount Freedom started ringing her bell, and it'll feel like the whole wide world is raining down on you. Brought to you courtesy of the red, white, and blue. Let's see. Justice will be served and the battle will rage. This big dog will find when you rat on his cage. You'll be sorry that you messed with the U.S. of A. Cause we'll put a boot in your ass. It's the American way. Hey, Uncle Sam, put your name at the top of his list, and the statue of Liberty started shaking her fist, and the eagle will fly. And there's gonna be hell when you and Mother Freedom started ringing her bell, and it'll feel like the whole wide world is raining down on you. Brought to you courtesy of the red, white, and blue. Oh, the red, white, and blue. Oh, the red, white, and blue. Anyway, there's your song I thought of on top of my head. But yeah, I wanted to do that one actually at school for a talent show. They wouldn't let me because it had the cuss words. When I was singing that, I remember that one guy was singing that other trash, that song that Oh, that Breed song by Nirvana that sounded like a bunch of crap, heavy metal. I could hear us, whoa, whoa, and all this crazy crap, hollering, screaming. My Lord, you can't hear nothing hardly. Oh, well, or something like that. Oh, man. Or something like that. I can't remember that song. That is one of those stupid songs nobody want to remember. Oh,
I love
but
you, baby.
yeah, we just like I said, I lived out in the country, but didn't do a lot. Didn't take up on hunting or fishing. My dad used to go hunt with Papa Gene and them, and then Papa Dan used to go hunting every year. I don't know if he still does that or not, but
You said it
I'd
was something
say with his health and his conditions, I'd say it's probably out of the
love your Papa Dan.
but that's probably out of the question now. But
I miss Papa Dan.
I know it.
I
but-
miss you.
Yeah, we let's see. Now I used to go to these airplane shows there in Cleveland.
Oh yeah, you told me about that.
Yeah, did that. Played Goonie golf there too. They used to have a Goonie golf place, putt.
Did you ever get to go to Knoxville Museum?
No,
Knoxville.
no, but airplane shows was pretty good. And one time we won my dad took us this place. I don't know. Your duck started on this long race, then it's long river, and if your duck placed in the top 10 or something, you got prizes. I forget, ours finished third or fourth or something like that. It wasn't first, but we got. I remember we got a free ticket, free lunch on Captain D's. We had to take the certificate thing in, or the little ticket, or whatever it was they wrote out to verify that we won that. But we got us fish there and all that. And speaking of fish, I can't believe people eat that crap at pig.
Oh,
Friday.
don't even talk about it.
And they always say, "Oh, it's catfish."
It's Sema.
And I don't know. It's something starts with an S anyway. I'd probably call it shit.
It's called Sema.
But it's some kind of certain fish anyway. But every time they go up there, they call it this S word or this. No, they call it catfish. A lot of these have a habit because I get so mad because like that ain't catfish, Lord. That even old William up there at the barber shop knows it was catfish. I could tell by the taste of it was catfish. I like tuna though. I like to eat tuna though.
The white chicken's the best.
But well, it's not tuna. It's just chicken.
Well, it's still
It's
tuna.
different. She don't care as long as it goes on the bread. But yeah, tuna's my favorite. I don't like I say, man, I don't eat anything like salads or anything. But she might once in a blue moon.
Yeah, but my doctor told me to stop eating it because she
But-
said it can hurt me. So I have to stop eating it.
But yeah, we it's been here at the house. Did you see anything outside today? What did you see out there?
My cows and my baby squirrel
Oh man.
and my bunnies.
Oh, okay.
And I helped my dad clean the church a little bit.
All right.
She said I could start helping her. She would pay me.
Oh,
She's gonna pay me $10
well,
because she said nobody else in church will help her. She's got really bad knees like I do.
Well,
She's got bad knees like I do. She's a very sweet woman. Her grandkids love me to death. They call me their little sister. They said they look up to me like a sister. That just brightens me up hearing that coming from them. Because, you don't hear kids say that most of the time. Because, then he only has one sister. Her name is Danielle, but I love her to death. She calls me her mom because her mama that she lives with now is not nice to her. So she calls me her mom. She said she always calls me mom. She always calls me mom. She'll come up and hug me and run up and hug me tall. She likes stuffed animals like I do. She carries a little bunny around. She said that makes her happy. She loves little bunny stuffed animals. But
go ahead. You got that?
But my walks are really good though. My husband's got it really calmed down right now because, well, like he said, the crack core's up there. But they're leaving me alone now, so I can go outside and play around and play with my animals. I got this little bird. His name is Tweet Tweet. I call him Tweet Tweet because he's real small. And he calls me Mama. He'll get up on the ground and he'll see me sitting up on the porch. And he'll go, Mama, Mama, Mama. He wants me to go out there and follow him around out in the yard. So, I have a little bird to play with. My little baby squirrel, she's just little right now. She's just little. I don't want to mess with her too much, I don't want to make her sick. She was just born, you got to be careful when they're little like that because, they don't know, if you can get sick or not. But, my walks are really good. I get to help, like I was telling my husband, I got to help Madelle earlier. She said she would pay me a little bit, $10 for helping her around the church because nobody else would help her. Like I would sweep, vacuum, dust, pick up the classrooms.
That might not be too bad as long as it didn't have to go. Didn't have to sit there after all that bull.
And, I help her pick up the toys up in the nursery and the classrooms, when the kids make a mess or something. She said she was in there for 3.5 hours yesterday, bless her little heart. She was so tired. She said she was ready to go home and watch the Braves game. She said, I'm a Braves fan. I hope you don't mind. And I said, oh, no, I'm a Braves fan. I said, there ain't nothing against that. She was talking about my husband, how sweet he was, how bad she missed him and how much she loved him. She wanted me to tell him, she said hello. And she's just, her and Miss Angie are the best two I can say that I really get to know, and the kids are good, my dad's grandkids, they don't run around with their heads cut off, they are well behaved. When she tells them to do something, they do it. They say yes, ma'am, and they'll do whatever she tells them to do. They're very respectful. Her grandson is autistic. He's autistic. He was born autistic. He has learning disability, but I help him like when he's in Sunday school and he doesn't understand what the Bible is telling him when he's reading it. He'll stutter a little bit with certain words that he doesn't understand, and he'll ask me. He'll sit right next to me and he'll ask me, what does this word mean? What is, can you please help me? He'll ask me, he'll sit right next to me. And I feel like, like I'm a teacher, in the Sunday school. But, I don't go anymore because, this virus and plus how I was treated, the last, like my husband was explaining to you guys the other night. Because that really hurt me. Because, like my husband said, I didn't sleep those past 2 nights. I didn't sleep very well. Because I was crying myself to sleep, But when I'm with my husband, he makes me happy, he makes me smile. He cuddles me, keeps me warm when I'm cold. He kisses me. I love it when he calls me kitty cat because that's the only thing Like he'll say, Kit Kat, I need a drink, or Kit Kat, I need something, I'll answer the Kit Kat, I love it. Because, it reminds me of Hello Kitty, I like Hello Kitty, I love, Hello Kitty. I'm trying to find a stuffed animal like her, because I had the little rings and the little, what do you call them, baby, that goes up on the cake, baby? When you order a cake, what's it called?
Mhm.
The little decorations. Well, I guess I can call them decorations. My husband bought me one little Hello Kitty, one Care Bear. What was the other one? Pooh Bear, and what was the other one? I'm trying to think. I know there's another one. I can't just think of it right now.
Oh, well.
Yeah, but this year I had a cookie cake and it wasn't any good. When I read the box, it was diabetic. I was like, I was wondering why it tastes a little bit different to me. I'm not diabetic, but I thought, well, cookie cake would be more easier for my husband, or we didn't have to buy, expensive cake, with our food stamps. But if you got food stamps, you cannot buy daily food with your food stamps. You have to pay it with money, straight up money. If any of y'all have food stamps, just to let you know, because I asked my husband that one time because I wanted to buy us a deli dinner with our food stamps on one time. He said, "You can't do that, sweetheart." I was like, "Oh man," because I was hungry that day. I was really hungry. But we get to go grocery shopping this month on the 17th. I hope maybe if you got one of y'all females see us on here, maybe you can meet us down at the pig. We usually go around 11 o'clock to 11:30 or 12 to 12:30. We ride sector, so if any of you females want to sit down and talk to us and get to know us, we would love and appreciate it, because there ain't much out here for us to do. We're mostly my husband usually calls us what was it, baby? Home cats, bobcats. We're usually inside together, but we're like home cats. I'll just say we're home cats. But mostly I collect baby dolls, and I collect stuffed animals like I was showing you, John and them and Jake, and Bubbles. He's my husband's I was his stuffed animal before he got with me. He said he used to sleep with Bubbles every night. That was his first month that he got. Oh, there he is. There's Mommy's mama. This is my baby. This is my first baby. This is my Bubbles. He's my baby. Mommy loves him to death. And this is Sparkles.
Huh?
She's an owl. Woo, woo, woo. There you go. But I collect stuffed animals, so you guys see that I collect stuffed animals. But I'm gonna let you guys go, and maybe my buddy will get on here in a little while. I hope. But here's my husband. It's hard moving it. There you go.
Yeah, we got on there a little bit around like 8 o'clock or whatever it was. So I didn't really, she wanted to do it a little earlier. We're still doing pretty good. So, like I say, I don't know who all gets on here or how that stuff works, but I thought we'd kind of maybe come out and do a little something, because it's shocked us. We got like 11 views in almost 24 hours time. So, that's pretty good for a 3-hour video. I don't know whether that means they watched the whole video or not. But, not really, like I say, not really anything to add on here. I don't think we've talked about, but like she was going on about people in general, we naturally, somebody, that she runs into or that throws herself out here, she's had several times where she used to go out there and walk, and she'd come in, oh, Derek, there's people outside, these 2 girls out here in their booty shorts. I said, well, where the hell they at the rest of the time? And she's like, I don't know, but I was out there and they walked around the church with me and talked in my ear, or I'll hold my hand and everything. I said, God dang, well, they can't just walk up here and oh no, they had to go home. I said, oh, good grief. So, because they was because she thought, well, maybe it was leading to, we thought might have had something there. She kind of come home decided, but like I said, then there was these couple people up here at this church, and she ain't been in about 3 weeks since that happened. One time she saw one of these at the family diner she liked, and they put in that and went back there. Well, we were sitting in there and was going to eat, and she got to talking to my wife and was talking some personal things and stuff you wouldn't just talk about necessarily in front. I mean, it wasn't bad, but it was stuff like, talking about some of her business and, kind of like this one we got mixed up in, talking about all of her problems and everything, but it didn't sound awful bad. But of course, but still, when you're a waiter or waitress, or if you're at work, you ought to just keep it to a certain thing with customers, and not let it get out of hand. So anyway, I was going to the bathroom and I came back, and she got all excited, and here I'm trying not to show, but of course I can't help it when somebody tells me something like that, and then of course I tried not to grin too big, or I tried to tell her, I said, it's probably a trick, So about 5 minutes or so later, and I was just sitting there, and she got up to go to the bathroom herself. I was a dang old lady sitting in there, I forget what her damn name is, but she come out and was like, she don't appreciate what you did and didn't do anything. We just let her know what was offered. My wife did, and she thought she's saying she wanted something, the way my wife took it, she thought she was wanting to maybe be interested in our offer or something. So yeah, I ain't been up there but one other time since, and it was during the evening, and there wasn't too many people when I went up there then. But man, sometimes you can't go nowhere. Like I said, it's why. My wife, she was saying, yeah, we get out, like I said, once a week. Usually on Thursdays. So I don't know who all's in Decatur or nothing else. Decatur, Tennessee. But, like she said, it's about the same old people. I don't know what our chances would be out of 1,600 something people if you could find one. I doubt. Probably have to be an out-of-towner if I had to guess. But usually when she sees somebody, it don't come to her mind, or just didn't, you don't think, You know, you don't get to see nobody our age or a little younger, you know. So we just go with the flow, like we say, you know. Uh, but yeah, she tried all her tricks. Some of her friends from Ohio and around Florida, and I don't know, family and all that junk. But none of that stuff worked. Then a couple times there be somebody come from some of them places or act like they want me to be like Dr. Phil or whatever. And I just, you know, I'm not. I mean, if you listen real good and you're a good listener, and you know, if you're on my level and you see where I'm going, then you know everything be all right. But like she said up here, she had this one. She wanted to go see this person she used to go out and do things with or something. And anyhow, you know, he he wouldn't have done this had it been some older lady out there. I know he would have passed her up. But the problem was she had a lot of stuff. This person was young, and she had a lot of attractive stuff on her, and stuff you could see with your eyeballs. So he goes and picks her up. She's out here walking the street. I don't know. I mean, they don't. She didn't. You know, her people doesn't live too far from this road up here. I don't think. Well, not this. Well, not this road, but a little bit further up. But she wanders her little ass somehow. Oh, walks all the way over from where they're at, I reckon, and somehow walks. Because otherwise she would have been down here. No, any other time I told my wife, I said it was strange and odd how Fur could go up there and then all of a sudden get lied to about. And now whether she saw this person on Facebook or not, I don't care. But you know that really doesn't. But you know it really doesn't matter because I'm trying to not. You know, I'm trying to ignore all these. It's come off these sites. I know she gets upset or did. You know, I just told her we're going to do it a different way. Okay. But we're going to have to do it another way somehow and figure out another way to do it. And so this is what we thought we would try to do is come out here, do like a video and give people some time to get on, maybe chat with some people, maybe get to know, maybe, you know, get a few of them, talk to them, and if they got questions or anything to answer. Of course, tonight's been a quiet one. Nobody got on right now, but you know, it just I guess so happened that our buddy was on, and then we got this other person, and then
I hear a boo boo.
I know it.
To be inspired.
No telling.
Or they're doing a car chase.
Probably that.
Oh, I did it again, honey. Do that one commercial, honey. I love when you do it. Do that commercial.
Help! I can't get up. Oh, these people on there.
Oh, we're how much they pay them.
They're on there. They're on there. I know they're on there fucking fooling around with that shit. They pay people like I don't know how much money to get on there and slip on a banana peel or what.
I want to see if anybody respond.
Oh, okay. She's just gonna type something out here. I'll talk. But yeah,
Let's put it out.
what is it?
I'm trying to spell ladies.
Ladies.
Yes. Where's the S at?
Over here.
Oh. No. Here we go. Excuse me, baby spot.
I don't think there's any ladies on here. Being honest with you. I
just thought I'd be thoughtful.
Yeah,
Think of
I
one.
wish. I don't know. I figured there'd be somebody, Like I said, she gets on here, or just rarely, but occasionally she'll get on here and these dang. I'm surprised they can take videos and store like that and all this other bull.
What?
That's,
Oh.
I'm getting there. Hold on a minute. But it's weird. Like that you don't see hardly anything out here much, but I guess it's gonna have to be like I said. Then everything else we tried some of them other things. Sometimes we tried some of them one of them chat lines. You get somebody from out of state, out of area, and then you try this stuff out here, and it comes to her, and then she don't even end up usually bringing them. Only the time that we had one come up here actually was one that we didn't like.
Billy Hart.
Oh, maybe
got acid or something in it.
Maybe go eat you a snacky.
No, I'll puke.
You got any?
I'm going to puke if my stomach don't calm down. I'm going to puke everywhere.
But no. Let's see. Oh. Just in case there's any ladies out there, this is what we got. We thought we would show this on here. This is for our unicorn here. So there's another one of those. Box is a little messed up, but there's some hair color. There's another hair color. Here's some stuff you can put on your nails or whatever, and there you go. I got it, honey. And here's some other ones, different colors. We got this change purse thing for free. There'd be no fill in here. Got you some makeup there. Now we got some lipstick stuff. Got all kinds of this stuff, nail polish, different colors. This is like lip gloss stuff you put on. Some bubble bath stuff, balm things. You makes bubbles in bubble baths.
me
Yeah,
some
man.
ice cream.
Huh?
He got me some ice cream.
Oh, ice cream.
Yeah.
There's some things for your nails. Things there. And then there's this thing right here. It goes with it. Our biggest thing, we went out and got this here. It's a nice little ring there, as you can tell. That's time you added taxes over $700. So anyhow, we like I said got some of that stuff there.
Mhm.
Just like that.
I'm getting them in there too. Look that up.
But yeah, just in case we thought we would have that on here. We don't put it on every video, but we thought we'd put it on one of these longer videos, kill a few minutes.
Mhm.
Is that ice cream good? But yeah, I was liked by teachers mostly, and probably had a pretty good art teacher and things like that back in the day. Used to have a music class, Mr. Riddle, and them they did. I didn't do that well in that. There was time I was in one of those things, one of those classes. Earth science was probably my favorite besides my times tables, my plus and minus. I use my times tables a lot. The most I ever use is times tables usually.
He does that with the groceries.
Yeah, trying it when I'm adding it up.
Yeah, I'll watch him do it.
But yeah, we just hanging out here. I was hoping maybe we'd catch somebody out here, but of course, let's see what time it is. Oh, we're at 8:17. So, like I see, we have got some offers out here. Don't know if anybody take it or not, or what we'll get, if anything. But it's probably gonna have to be something we just kind of take our time with, and kind of it's really only our second day at doing one of these videos. So like I said, we tried to let everybody know about what time we'd be out here, but we want to start it somewhat a little bit early. So let's see. Any more baby? Let's see. Got any more baby dogs? Oh, she's eating her ice cream. Well, there. I think we got a few more of those. But yeah, there wasn't much in my childhood, really. I mean, she's talking about some of her stuff. Problem is, I don't think. Well, the virus stuff, like I say, plays a huge part in everybody kind of not talking to each other and all this stuff. And getting all that stuff. But it just depends on who it is and what, if they're like us, and they've not had anything, stay clear from everybody except for going out when you need to. And if you know you ain't sick, you won't be no trouble.
Mm-mm.
We've seen that happen. It's just not been been a while since we've done anything, like we said. So,
We don't have to make a long one.
oh, we can make it long.
There's not enough to talk about.
Well, not really, but I might think of something. I just get to putting in my mind.
We're getting the flu shot Thursday.
Yeah, we'll get one of them every year, like we said. But yeah. So again, we like music, movies, TV. Sports stuff. Like I say, we encourage everybody to check out our playlists or something. Hopefully, get some more people. I ain't got but 3 subscribers so far. So, like I said, oh goodness.
Billy was upset.
Oh man, that good ice cream. Yes. That's real good.
No, Mom, my belly was upset.
Huh?
My belly was upset.
What's that for? You get 2 of them?
No. I ain't got nothing else to do.
But oh man, hey, yeah, why not?
This is Faith, and this is Layla. This is Carolyn, and this is Rosie. From your Brandy, or Rose, or one. Yeah, it's Rosie. Oh, dang.
That's the one you know.
I named them all. It's just it's horrible. All of them. This is Jessie Pooh, and this is Nana.
Nice.
She calls herself Nana. Nana.
Nice.
This is Bailey. This is Elizabeth. Sean and Donald. Here's Sarah, and this is Bailey.
Big.
I mean, Bethany. Oh God, I ain't got so many babies. Keep up with them. Theodore and Naomi.
Sneeze, Lord.
He hates when he comes to the door like that. Derek Jr., Shaniqua, and Phil. All 3 of them. Let's see. Got 2 more.
Oh.
I'm gonna get Cassie. This is Cassie. This is Kayla. And that's Brandy. There's all my babies.
Like she was saying, we was hoping to have somebody come across here that may like this stuff or something. Like I said, we have a little little action out here every now and again, but it's not one of these places where there's a lot of attractions. So every year, pretty much, it's small town parades. They have Christmas and Thanksgiving parades. Usually, we have the pig over here throws fireworks every year here for 4th of July. Gene Wade and them get together and put a bunch of money together, and then, of course, like I said, the fair. They'll sponsor the fair. You can get in free up here. It's usually not a whole lot. It just depends on who comes. Sometimes they have one or two kid rides, and then most of the time it's 2 or 3 games, sometimes one game. Then they'll always bring all the eats and stuff. They have arts and crafts, and usually the people who comes to sing are usually not that much different, but they just usually somebody doing some kind of religious stuff. They have a kid pageant thing every year and a couple of things like that, and then they have the animals. They'll have car show once a year. It usually comes around August or September. So, like I said, we have little stuff like that. The summer nights thing, whenever they do that, but I don't normally go to them. Don't ever think of going to it because they don't really have anybody worth your time. But it's also free. I mean, except for the eats and stuff, you'd have to take some money, I know, for that. But you go up there, and the only thing they've had up there that I would even go to would be but it would have been to the Confederate Railroad stuff when they were up there, but just local yokels out there singing their gospel.
Wow.
And stuff like that. Lord, you go to church for that. Or they can't find. They probably got to find somebody halfway. Well, work their bank, I guess. I guess they got, because I'd say Confederate Railroad was a special deal. Somebody knew them or something, or knew of them. Probably got a sweet little deal there. But yeah, I used to go to some wrestling events. Forgot about that. Went to some wrestling things. We used to have the Roundhouse and went to some of that stuff. Met a few wrestlers, William Regal and a couple of them. Got to see Maven in person. For anybody that don't know, he was a mid-card wrestler. He won, back then it's called WWF Tough Enough. Now WWE. But he was the first winner, along with Nydia. I met that old raunchy Eugene guy, but I didn't like him. But got a backstage pass. It was $10. So yeah, I was trying to think of things I'd done. Like I said, I've not been a real big traveler, but for anybody that's just joined in, we have had a good day. So hopefully everybody get their chance to ask questions or whatever. We may do some singing here. Could do one of those. Could
Get in the mood too.
get her in the, once she gets through with her ice cream, we might see her.
I upset Tommy.
Yeah. But yeah, it's that's about all the things I've been to. Let's see. I'm trying to dig back in my mind here. I mean, other than, like I said, telling all the little fights, all the little things that have happened at school. Like I said, that did some arm wrestling stuff there for a while. Beat everybody in my classes. The only people that beat me was one football player, and me and him going back and forth. But But funniest thing about it up here at high school was I was in his class. I failed it by a few points, but yeah, they've heard about me arm wrestling, and then they got a couple of the biggest boys in there. Well, I beat one of them, but this one was a football player, and he lifted weights and did all kinds of stuff. So going into it, I didn't know what to expect, but it played out kind of like it had its own little story, and but no, we started out, and I'm getting about halfway, and then he pulled me back over here this way, and then there about when I thought it was going to be done, because we'd probably been going about 3 or 4 minutes at this point, and then so then I just happened to go Undertaker, my arm shot like this, it shot back up like that, and then as I remember, I got him about halfway over here on this side, and then my arm just went poof, like that, like it was like the Undertaker. Oh, he's dead. Oh, my arm was wore out. But yeah, he was the only one I ever lost to. And then a couple times I arm wrestled some people in my family. I lost to 2 of them on that were my family. Of course, they worked and did a whole lot of stuff. So it's natural that, because I didn't do any weightlifting or anything like that, especially. But yeah, we really, I really had fun because school was like there's usually something always going on. And like I said, there's some stories. One time I had this kid on the bus trying to poke me with a pencil, so I reached back there and took the grabbed that pencil before he got to pull it back. So I just got the tip of it, broke it in half. And so get off the bus, and principal and them out there, and it's them kids putting on a show. And I said, yeah, I broke his pencil. So what? I said, he's the one that started with me first. He picked on me. So, and I don't know, he's doing something. So anyway, I didn't get no trouble on that. And then one time had over at the elementary school before they named it Meg's Middle. I had one of these kids. My brother, this is how long ago this was. My brother was at the same school at the time before he moved back down there with our mama. But he was up here, and he saw this one go down. But I was coming in, I was going to sit down for recess or whatever, and had, before you go to classrooms and stuff, they usually had you sit in there for a few minutes. For some reason or another, I don't know why, but you get in there and it was like everyday thing. So usually I sit down, nothing going on, no problem. Well, about the time before I sit down, for some reason this kid just out of nowhere feels like spitting on me. And they didn't do anything. Just was going to sit. I was supposed to sit down, and he spits on me. So anyway, I didn't even put that much on him, but I gave him a little thing in the nose, punched him in the nose. So about the time, hey, teacher, y'all better sit down, blah blah blah. So anyway, so sit the rest of the time over there. In the meantime, so about the time we were going, I thought, oh Lord. So that time I go in there, I'm spinning around, I said, did you do that? Did you punch him? I said, yeah, I punched him. I said, he spit on me first. And I was very adamant about it. And of course, when I went in, I'm warm blooded, so naturally I get warm easier. And I got my dad's warm blood, so I went in there and took my jacket off. And she's like, "Oh, you're a tough guy now." I said, "No." I said, "I'm hot." But she must have verified my story because I didn't get in trouble. Because when she come back, she basically didn't say too much to me about it, and she basically dropped it. But as I recall, and then there was you know one time we had this um, let's see, well, now in high school I had what?
I'm going to tell him I would say hi to Dylan, but
Well, go right ahead. See if he's on. Yeah, go ahead. But in case your buddy's on here, is this about 8:30 or so when he was on here because we was on here about 20 minutes. But yeah, and it's time when uh, I came was when at the high school when I went over here at Meigs County High School. And it seemed like I said like every day it would be something. One time I came in and this boy from all the way up in New York, they moved all the way down here from New York all the way down here. And one time he claims, of course I haven't seen him since school, but he claims that they didn't have water and that they didn't have anything. So one day, about a week, it went by, and of course I have a sensitive stomach as it is, and I smelt this smell, and an awful smell I ever smelled, but I I thought I was gonna, you know, I thought I was gonna get sick, but I was able not to throw up. But anyway, I knew who it was, and so I went up to the teacher's aide and told her. I said, "These, this, said this David is in here. I don't know what this deal is." I said something, you know. I said, well, no, I said I think I know who it is, but I said I wasn't 100% certain. But because he went by, but there's two or three others as well. But it's quite obvious who it was. And so it was fun. What was funny was she said everybody's gonna go home, take a shower, take a bath, and clean up real good, and then tomorrow we're gonna figure out who is this. So about this time, the next day, she her first thing in the morning, she's right there and she's checking everybody out. Everybody's coming in. All of a sudden, here he come. Man, she knew right then. She said, "You're going to Phil's house. You're going to take a bath." And I'll be damned if he didn't have some of them clothes stuck in one of them in damn lockers. And boy, she made him go up there to Phil's house and take a shower. She got him that she's able to find him some clothes, and I don't know how and I don't know they had somebody that had some stuff, and she's able to scrounge up some stuff, but he didn't let it happen no more. But that's just one of them things. See, one time, old listen's funny. I've said this before. I was killing some time on here. But one time I was at school and there's a day where his teacher, Mr. Grissom, put water on some people's heads, and poured it on me. I thought, wow, I seen him do it to Jason. And Jason looked at me and kind of gave me that look. And I was like, real quiet. And I didn't know how much more he had in that glass. And I thought, well, he thinks he's going to pour it on me. Just thinking out loud. I said, he thinks, what is it? He's going to pour it on me. And I was going to give him a wake-up call. So that's what was going through my mind. So anyway, he goes to pour it on my head and pours it. And I just go back like this. Wham! Double up my fist. Hit the, and it wasn't a real glass. It was one of them hard plastic ones. And everybody's freaking out. And the one that freaked out the most was Miss Carol. Oh my gosh, what are you doing? And all this stuff. So, and she's hollering out at me. So about the time, Mr. Grissom, he's blowing over here. He's blowing a gasket. He's all red in the face, and he's saying, "So what you done to me?" Blah 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 blah. And it's going on. And so I'm letting him run his lips, and I'm just sitting there, just just blank. What is it? What is it? Huh? Oh, what's she doing? What are you looking?
I'm trying to find the S.
No one.
No.
Okay. But we so anyway, he's telling me what he's going to do, take me up to the office, and I give him this just stoic look. Didn't even hardly even acknowledge. I've seen him, but I didn't react the way he wanted me to. And so I remember this part real easy. He says, "Man, you made me look like the biggest fool." I said, "Well, I ain't gonna give you the pleasure of taking me to the office or want me to go up there." I said, "I'm only giving you what you gave me." He was mad because I messed up his clothes. They made the this is the first time, the first Friday they were going to make the teachers wear these corporate like clothes. You use dress clothes, tie, and all this junk. And so it's pretty funny. And then the other funny part about it is as soon as I walk out of the room, he's telling Jason at the time that he's going to take some water hose and squirt me with them. I said, go back in there and tell him if he does that. I said, me and him's going to have at it. I said, I'm not going to be like little Don. I ain't going to be like one of these little kids in here. He thinks he's going to get his way. I said, he wants to really have a fight. Well, we'll have a fight. And so, so anyway, I said something like that and some more stuff. But anyway, so Jason came back. He said, "Boy," he said, "he won't mess with you no more." I said, "Well, he better not." Oh, I said, because I had people that sometimes every now and then they'd like to play around and wrestle. And, Miss Carol one day had asked me, so why don't you get up there, get down there and wrestle? I said, for one thing, I'm not just going to sit there and wrestle and let him put me in leg locks or nothing. I said, he'd have a hard time with me. I said, I said, no way. Huh. I said, I'll stay right here. As I said, I get up there, he's getting hurt. As I say, he wouldn't want to play around me too much. I mean, these kids were much, they wasn't no muscle to them. I mean, these were that he was picking on that. But I said, just letting him do it. They didn't watch wrestling like I did. I used to do stuff out in the yard and stuff, and play around, do the choke slam and things like that. Me and my brother did back then, stuff, and have our own little wrestling things that we did back then. It's pretty fun, like I said. But yeah, usually. Then one time I stood up to one of these bullies in high school. He'd beat up one of my friends at the time. If I'd been there, he wouldn't have, because I would have stopped it. But heard about it, and everybody's like, "Ooh, Derek, you missed excitement." I said, "What excitement? Hell, we had a big fight in here going, and then everybody's going on. The teachers are going on, and Miss Carol and I'm going on, and Miss Jerry." I said, "Look," I looked at him. I said, "He starts and does one fucking thing today." I said, "It'll be the last." I said, I said it'll end today. So I waited about 10:30, 10 or 10:30 before lunch. He goes over there and his horseplay. And this Matt Baker guy, he was stupid, you know. He's our horse playing, you know, doing on his knees like you see on wrestling, do them in the corner, and they're hunching over, act like they're really doing it. Well, I knew that would lead to a real fight breaking out, because that's what they always taught me. You know, horse plays always lead to fight. So I took me one of them hardback books off that shelf, and I didn't swing it hard, just enough to get his attention. And he turns around. Of course, he starts trying to make fun of me and my handicap and everything else. And he's, you know, calling me a whole bunch of things. And I knew he was doing it because he was upset that I confronted him. And, you know, most people would probably back down and probably would have, probably would have carried down to him, and because he's, you know, trying to act like he's going to do something to you. So I thought, well, everybody's in here. There's no way, there's no way it's going to happen. So, I was getting ready to walk up to lunchroom. And of course, Miss Carol and I think Miss Jerry was even in there at that time. And so he walks up to me before I get all the way out the door, and he's like, "I'm sorry." I said, "No, you're not." I said, "You're sorry I stood up to you and now you're caught." I said, "I don't have anything else to say to you." And so by that time I went up to lunchroom, got done eating, and came back, and next thing I know, they decided that they talked about it, and they decided, and they took action. And this boy, for doing that, beating up a guy that I knew, and then horse playing, and with me catching him. And she knew I wasn't your average person. I wasn't just going to take it doing that, to people. And so next thing you know, he's grounded permanently. He can't come inside the school building. He had to be out in the field house and do his work. And he couldn't even eat in the cafeteria, and he was banned from graduating with his class. So he spent the rest of that whole year. I never seen that happen before, but yeah, just like I said, it's a few of the things. Now, like I said, sometimes somebody just come in there and get a little smart at it, and I just happened to be right there in the right place at the right time. And I just, whether I went home with them or not, I stick up for people. And, one time where girl walked through the hall and wasn't bothering nobody, and this idiot with the clipboard standing there. I was waiting. Me and Roxanne normally, or sometimes she'd be there before me. Sometimes on this day she wasn't there before me. I'd walk through there, and some young girl I didn't even know though. She walks through there, and of course she had one of them shirts, and even the boys are supposed to tuck them in, but she wasn't showing anything. But she was one of them good-looking ones, she's a skinny thing. But he just decided all of a sudden he's gonna pick on her now, and she wasn't doing anything, wrong. She just didn't have it tucked in. It wasn't even. I didn't even see it showing anything. From what I recall, he seen where it wasn't tucked in. If it wasn't showing anything, they wanted you to tuck it in. So I was like, all right. And so I just hollered out at him. I said, you want to pick on somebody, pick on me. I said, leave her alone. And, I said, go find you something else to do. And so something like that. Anyway, so I went and the girl thanked me. She said, she's shocked that I stood up for her. I didn't even know her, but she thanked me and everything, and then went to class and everything. But we've been on here for a couple hours, and I was just telling a couple of my funny memories from school, high school. A lot of times, I had a good time at school. Got up. That was usually my schedule back in the day. Get up about 6:30 and be out to about 2 or 3 o'clock. Then come home, watch some TV, and then that's kind of like my schedule for all through school. Me and my wife graduated high school, but tonight we've not really gotten any comments or questions or anything. So, when we reach the 3-hour mark, we'll probably call this a night, because we don't have that long, about 30 more minutes. Unless somebody starts commenting or talking to us, we'll probably end the video. We made a 3-hour one last night, so we'd refer everybody over to that one. We put a whole lot together. Like I said, we had some people commenting, so we stayed on here for a little while. Thought we might try to see who all was on here. If any woman liked our unicorn offer, or if somebody'd want to, maybe a couple of you that might live in the Decatur, Tennessee area, if anybody want to be text buddies or anything like that, or maybe meet occasionally. So anyway, that's basically our offers. Like I said, we refer you to the other video last night. We just did it. It's been a little over 24 hours ago. So we'll be on here for at least another couple of minutes. We sung some songs and had some fun. We put our dolls and stuff out here that she wanted to show tonight. She talked about her stuff. Is there anything else you wanted to add? No. So, we just reminiscing on some stuff, just seeing who was out here and what was out here. So, we don't have a whole lot. Like I said, we're a handicapped couple. Just seeing what was out here. We don't have no family or friends or anything. So, we're just seeing what might be out here. But, for the unicorn thing, since there's a person watching, for the unicorn thing, we was looking for somebody in their 20s and 30s that didn't have a whole lot. A female that had some stuff together, and didn't have a whole lot of drama, didn't have a whole lot, so we've had a couple of shots, had a couple of things happen, but nothing stuck due to some of the things we've had up in here. So we've just had a kind of a rough go at it, but friends thing. We're just looking for just somebody on the side now and again. If it's somebody with special events or some kind of thing was if we got to know you real good, we could text you our number out here if we're on here. We try to do one of these things at least probably once every day. Kind of, she wanted to get on here a little bit early. Of course, we set it for 8 o'clock, but we got on here, it was about 6:30. So we were just trying to think of some things we've not talked about. And I was trying to think if there was anything. One time I was supposed to get to go to Gatlinburg, but that never happened due to my mom taking all day to get her ass ready. If I don't tell you anything. Of course, it probably would have been nothing special anyway. I mean, once you see one thing, you've about seen everything there is. But, the family thing's been pretty quiet. I ain't heard no wrecking.
Grandma a little bit, but plus we went on a phone call from my grandma.
Oh. You got anything you want to say about all that or something else? Oh.
I used to when my husband said something about family, I used to go to my cousin's birthday party. We would go to like a bounce house thing, for the little kids, to climb on the blow up things. And then I went ice skating a little bit in Gatlinburg. I was first place ice skater, woman ice skater, but I didn't jump up in the air or anything. Mostly stayed on the, I was racing all the boys, from Sweetwater, Athens, Knoxville, Chattanooga. They would get mad at me because I got first place medals. And I used to go swimming a little bit, a little bit fishing, with my brothers a little bit. Like my husband said, we don't have much family or friends, but, that's what life is, You got to grow up, you got to move on. You got to find something that makes you want to get happy. Like my husband said, you got to move on. You got to find out, if it takes a little while, I can wait. I can try to be patient. It's just, like my husband said, it takes a little bit of time to find your unicorn bestie. And, I have been a pain in the butt about it because, I get so excited,
Yeah.
I get real excited, because, I'm new to all this. Like I told my husband, I'm new to all this. It's just, I get so excited, when I see a female, that looks so pretty, I get those chills, down my back, and I get all excited. And I pointed out this one nurse that my husband, I don't remember if he remembers this, but she was a RN, and she was helping this old guy. And I kept telling my husband, I said, she ain't wearing a wedding ring. She was real pretty. And yeah, she had some old man that she was taking care of.
Old man, I thought no.
And she was just taking care of him.
Tell me about one you helped the other day. Ain't nothing there.
But
That one you said something about the grocery.
Oh, she was young. She was in her 30s. Because when I saw her coming back from the Dollar Tree.
But like I said, you don't want to be rude or anything. But
no. But she smiled and told me thank you for giving her a compliment and helping. So. But, I got a lot of buddies in the pig, Doug and them. And Superman, I call him. I call him Superman. And I have this one female. She dyes her hair different colors. Everybody calls her Rainbow because that's her nickname, Rainbow. And she's a pretty cool person. She works in a daily once in a while. I don't get to see her all the time. She's like part time now. She was full time. But the daily field was really good Thursday. The pintos were really, really, really good. They were nice and soft. Well, I told my husband, I said, "How can you eat pintos?" And he's like, "Baby, I can tell what it's good, what it's warm, what it's tasty." Have you tried? I said, "Have you tried my bread?" Because I'm not usually a bread eater. I don't like rolls and stuff. And I was like, "Honey, try this just to make sure if it's sweet." And it was not sweet. I was like, he's like, "Baby, try these pintos." I was like, they were pretty good. They were nice and soft and warm. And yes, I do eat like a bird. If you ask my husband, I do eat like a bird sometimes. But I don't know, so I'm doing it. He'll watch me. He'll be like, "Kitty, you're picking out your foot again. Kitty." I'm like, "What?" He's like, "You're picking out your foot again. Your doctor told you not to do that." And we like Atlanta Braves baseball team. They're the best baseball team I can say I could go for. I used to go for Tampa Bay, Florida Gators and Tampa Bay Buccaneers when I was in Florida. I was born and raised in Florida. That's why I have a different, what do you call it, baby? Accent.
Yeah.
Accent. I'm from Florida. I wasn't really raised up there. I was born and raised in Florida, Tampa Bay, St. Petersburg, Florida. I was born mature. I was a preemie baby. I was born early. If you can tell, I was born early. I'm the oldest of my siblings. I'm the oldest. I'm proud of it, though. I'm more than they are. They think they can pick on me, but I get mean. So they better watch their back sometimes. But I've had a good day. I've been smiling, watching a little bit of my lifetime, like he said. Like I was explaining that movie. He wanted me to tell you about a little bit about the Amish. Hey, it was pretty awesome. I mean, just watching them, how they grow their vegetables and what their houses look like back then. And it was so amazing that they had this little board thing in the movie where they washed their clothes. Like they put it on this little, what do you call it, baby? It's like a board thing in the back days from the Amish.
Mm-hmm.
And they put clothes on there, and that's how they washed their clothes back then. They didn't have a washer or dryer. They had this little tub thing, and then after they wash it, they rinse their clothes up and hang it up on a clothesline up on the trees, and that's how they dried their clothes. They wore the men wear overalls, white shirts, long white shirts, black hat, and black dress pants, and black tennis shoes, and the women can wear like a dress and a white bonnet, and they couldn't wear a lot of makeup. They said they're not allowed to wear a lot of makeup when they're Amish. But I mean, this one on there, she was just beautiful. Her kid was even beautiful in the movie. I like some of the Lifetime movies, like the romantic, like the romantic, how God just, brings you flowers to your door, or they throw you a romantic dinner on there. I just don't like the horror movies. I don't like that. I'm not I like Freddy versus Jason. That's okay. I mean, it's not a bad movie. I think my husband don't like Freddy versus Jason.
No, because the ending sucks. It's scripted bullshit.
But my husband said there ain't no such thing as the Easter Bunny, Tooth Fairy, Santa.
Yeah, it's all
And
fake.
he said, how the book says, in the kid's book says, You know, reindeers could fly with powder and magic. Well, I was telling my husband, you know, I used to watch Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer when I was a kid, you know, the episodes. And I said, honey, can a reindeer really fly if you put some magic on the reindeer? And he's like, no, honey. I was like, is Santa real then? He goes, no, it's only people that dress up in the mall. They get paid for it. I was like, honey, but what about the North Pole where he says he lives? And he goes, baby, it's too cold for Santa to be living up there. That's just a Terry Fair story
What
tale.
is North Pole? And
Yeah.
all that stuff they say.
But I mean, I love the little cartoons though. I mean, it was just, you know,
It's just something to get the kids all happy.
you know, I used to love, you know, going to bed early, and my mom would be like, you know, it's Christmas Eve, go to bed early, you know. And she said Santa's on his way, you know, up in his red sleigh. So we all sit outside up on the porch, you know, with the lights out. And Mom goes, I see a red light. And I'm like, Mom, it's the sunlight thing to the phone. And she goes, no, it's Rudolph. And I said, Mom, you're nuts. And she said, no, look up in the sky. And you see a red slug going past you. And I was like, he won't come without you being asleep, it says in the book. And she's like, well, let's make him some cookies and get him some milk. And we made him peach cobbler one year. And I was like, Mom, Santa doesn't eat peach cobbler. She goes, I'll just make it for Rudolph. I'm like, Mom. So we woke up that Christmas morning and Mom said, there's glitter on the floor. And I looked down and there was like gold glitter. And Mom's like, that come from Rudolph's foot. It was cute though. And there was a letter on the table and it said, thank you for the cookies, love Santa. And I was like, Mom, that hasn't been your handwriting. You just wrote big enough for us to read it. And she goes, no, that's right from Santa, honey. You know, like, I was probably 7, 8 at the time. And Buster's like, Mom, there ain't no such thing as Santa. I was like, God, shut up. I was like, she's like, well, and Audrey's like, Mom's wrapping Christmas presents in the bedroom on the bed. I was like, how would you know? She said, because I watched her. I was like, oh my goodness. I was like, but I mean, I tell my husband every Christmas that I still believe in Santa no matter what. He gets irritated. And he's like, don't you, honey? Yeah. He's like, I'll look it up for you, honey. Can prove that there ain't no such thing as Santa. And so he did. And there was a guy named Christopher that if you can go on a Wikipedia and see what on mine, his name was Christopher. But this guy took over that when he passed away, he took over Kris Kringle. And that's what they called Santa. But I'm going to go for tonight. Talk to you guys later. Bye.
Well, I don't know. I forget. I looked it up on here one day because she kept going on about it. And I knew all that stuff. Like I said, it was faker than $2 bill. I told her it's just that something they started hundreds of years ago. I found out it was started over as a thing for somewhere in Holland or one of them countries. And anyway, it went from there. And then the Americans somehow, I forget how, but they found out about it and it got around, the word got around. So then everybody started listening to this. And then these people on the news, the media, start getting a hold of it and they start telling you, oh, Santa's coming. And he put this fake Santa thing watch up and then they tell all this fake stuff, you know. So I think the kids will go to bed, you know. one time, because I'm not a hard sleeper. So usually when I roll over, I have a habit of if anybody makes any kind of noise or anything at all, then then I wake up, but my mom didn't know it, but I heard her coming through the thing and she's trying to whisper and be real quiet, but I was already woken up by her doing that. And so I didn't really see what the presents were because, like I said, all the lights was out, and we was in the living room. See, we wasn't sleeping in the back rooms. I don't think you could have, but anyway, I tell her the next morning, that the whole gig was up. I said, I seen you go through there. The whole cookie and milk thing is easy to explain. It's basically your parents, get that stuff out when you're asleep, and then they'll wake up, or the dad will eat the cookies and drink the milk. Oh, good Lord, they've tried to pass this off for all these hundreds of years. And the Santa thing, it's a stranger dressed up in a freaking suit. They don't make no toys at the North Pole. They don't, no elves work year round. We had one of those like pen pal things, and we had somebody saying, "Oh, it's gonna go up to Santa." Yeah, right. Come on, people, give it up. I think oh my God. There we go. I think a lot of the people nowadays have practically give it up because you don't seem to hear about Christmas or Halloween or nothing now. Nobody usually even celebrates anything. They practically just, now since everybody's got this new technology and everything, it's just gotten to where now it's just it's unbelievable. You can't have gatherings without cell phones being on or anything else. It's not fun. Used to, when we was little, we had people out here on the streets, even out here in Decatur. About every house, you'd have some Christmas decorations. It used to be fun to go do that stuff. And used to, I went over to Athens with my grandparents and had the fireworks shows and things like that and everything. So, things as a kid was a lot different. And you used to be thought of more and spoilt more, and it seemed like they cared for you more. But as far as gotten older, and like I said, it's just what it is. I mean, just have to know that that's how it's gonna be with people. They're gonna carry this fairy tale around. But they ain't nobody here. But of course, like I said, they I don't think it's as popular to do these days. Everything, I think everybody's just about wore out. I mean, it's not to say that some people don't go out there and buy gifts and stuff, but everybody knows parents are behind that. I remember when my teeth would get, have to get pulled. My mom and them at night when I was really asleep, they'd come in there and just barely slide the money under the pillow. That explains how the tooth fairy thing gets. It's a thing they do. It's all these traditions that's passed down to them, and they tried to pass it down on our end. And then I just happened, to know that, and I woke up, like I explained, and I was visiting my mama's side of the family and was down there one Christmas with them. Spent Christmas down there with them, and then I went back up to my grandparents, I think that day or so after something, or it might have been before then. I don't remember what year it was. But we thought we'd come out here and see if anybody wanted to get on here and talk tonight. I've seen a few people, a few things here and there, but nobody's done any questions or talked or anything. So here, if it don't happen in the next few minutes, well, we'll call us tonight. We're at almost at our 3 hour mark again for the second second day in a row. So, like I said, she wanted to get out here a little bit early. So, I don't think there's as many people gets on YouTube as much. Seem like you would think it'd be a lot because people seem like they uh, like his stuff, but they may be like me. They like a lot, watch a lot of this stuff. But yeah, we're just trying to go through our stuff and remember some things that we used to do and like to do. But yeah, we having a good time. Just hanging out here at the house. So if, like I say, if anybody sees anything, if they like anything, hopefully we'll hear from you. But yeah, we've uh, just been here at the house doing some stuff at the house. That's about our regular routine. But yeah, we'll just probably have to up on something whenever it feels right, or we get. Usually, how I like to do that kind of sort of thing is usually when somebody's talking to you. 'Cause I'm sure as many people as they are is out there, probably, I'd say there's a lot of people. Sometimes what's weird is I'll get a comment or 2 or 3 comments, and if I go to bed, and the next day you'll have somebody write something, and you can't even. It looks like it's a bunch of text.
Gibberish.
Yeah, a lot of gibberish or just some text lingo bull, and I always just really I tell her all the time just would ignore that because I mean if you can't really if you can't take the time out to put what you're saying on there and in a word form or people could read it, then there's no need to respond back because it's probably just something bad anyway. Somebody trying to make somebody's day bad or worse. So I really don't need that.
Mm-hmm.
What was that? Just one of them boneheads, probably. That's all we get. These people will text you for 2 or 3 texts, and then by the time you start, they stop. I just been ignoring my phone. Not only that, because I don't take them serious anymore. I said if it's gonna meet somebody, it'd have to be like, out in person, out and about.
Mama wants you to respond.
Because they're just gonna play anyway. So I just ignore them. We've had several other sites we've been on.
One in the shelter, but
And they don't, like I said, nobody's serious. If we couldn't get nobody to, stomach us for any length of time, and they're more worried about their phones, like all them other ones have been, kids or whatnot, and who knows what.
I didn't have kids.
Well, I know, but I'm just saying what we've had
Oh yeah.
up through here is always something on one of these.
But she was the responder.
But well, they ain't serious. That's the thing. But yeah, I guess we just call our buddy that just tried last night because he was on here. We were on.
Almost 2 o'clock.
We were on here at.
I guess he's tired.
Where the hell he was going to?
Bad for work.
He was traveling.
Yeah, he was traveling. That's probably what he's doing.
But yeah, we were having a good time last night.
I miss Dylan and them.
Well, I know
Mm. He's pretty cool.
Yeah, probably won't see him till at least the fire again.
Mm.
Maybe fire see him up there. Maybe if we ain't found anything by that time, then he might run into.
I thought somebody female will like my reports.
Huh?
I thought a female will get on here and see some of my dolls.
Yeah, I was hoping so. I mean, you know, I don't know. I was trying to look up some stuff on here, but you can't really see nothing. I mean, she puts in them reborn things. But what are you gonna do? You don't know where they're at. You don't know any, and you don't know if they get on or nothing. It's not like some of these sites, you know. Some of them. I don't know how serious anybody is on here. I was lucky I was able to get one of my real pictures to put up on here for this.
Yeah, but they should get on YouTube. There's report mamas on
You
there.
can't. Nobody gets on here and don't take anything serious. Hardly. That's the thing. Everybody just gets on here and gets. And if anybody gets on, it's just to check out one or two things and probably don't. You
I
know.
guess when get off, I go.
Well, yeah. When it hits 3 hours, I will because it's not that far from me. Well, about 5 more minutes. I'll give them a little time and see.
Come on, beauties.
Come on, people. Somebody, we've been on here a little while.
Come on, beauties. Please talk to me. Please. Please, pretty butterflies.
But, well, unfortunately, like I said,
Please don't let me cry, pretty butterflies.
there you go. Like I say, I don't know. Like I said, sometimes my wife. See, normally my thing is I'm normally sitting in the dining area at the pig, and she's normally the one that most time gets out and goes out there to do something or run one of my put the money on her phone bill or something, and then somebody might be out there.
We need to do that
Yeah,
on Monday.
probably a good thing to remind ourselves of that, huh?
Well, I'm saying we probably won't get a church till Monday.
Probably be Thursday, whatever next Thursday is. Today's the 1st. But yeah, used to do a lot. Used to always at Halloween. Used to sit down there at Dots all the time, hand out
Are
candy.
we gonna go to black party?
Huh?
We're gonna go to black party
And
like we did the last
they
time.
they ain't no such thing hardly anymore. All the stuff they do now is
Cause I
back.
want to take Dorothy to be her first
It's all
Halloween.
it's all ass backwards. They don't. Halloween ain't no fun anymore. Ain't like what I was used to. Think Thanksgiving is probably about the best holiday. It used to be.
Or Christmas.
Yeah, another old day to me. Uh, 2 more minutes.
Come on, beauties, summer talk. Please, butterflies, pretty butterflies. Please talk.
Yeah, like I said, ain't no need of begging.
But baby, I want a beautiful.
Well, I know I didn't think we'd get out here at 6:30, but that was about the time she was ready. But we'll just try and give you in a few minutes, see if anybody would come on here and say hello or hi or anything. Like I said, maybe if there gets somebody to watch one of these videos, they'll kind of know some things about it. Some of it, like I said, a little of it could be repeats. Did you want to do any songs or anything? No, not tonight. Oh, okay. I know it. Well, we ain't got but 1 minute left.
Beauties, pretty butterflies, please talk.
Sweetheart. They want something to do with you. Come on. Yeah, I'm just gonna let it go to 3 because it's not got that much time. 30 more seconds. Oh, we've been on here 3 hours. Pretty cool.
Oh, baby, I like to talk it.
Okay. So looks like that's it. So y'all have had y'all opportunity. I'll have to say good night tonight. There's nobody doing anything. So we'll try again tomorrow, probably somewhere between 7 to 8 o'clock. So again, if you're out there, I'll try to put some stuff out here. I'll finish this up by saying this. So if you're out there, I'll put a comment out here. Our last video yesterday got 11 views. So if you're interested in our friend's offer, or if you're a lady and you're interested in our unicorn bestie offer, hit us up. My wife and I's numbers. My number is 423-589-9264. Derek, Jessica, I call her Kitty Cat for nickname. 423-589-9263. And if you're out here in the Decatur, Tennessee area, 423 area code or somewhere nearby, and you're coming up this way, our address is 182 Brown Street, Lot 1, Apartment A, Decatur, Tennessee, 37322. If you're somebody right now that don't have a lot of money or anything, and you just don't have a lot like we don't, then you can, if you want to come up and you ain't got no other way, you can set a ride up with Scepter. You have to be in Decatur though. If you're in Decatur, you can. You only have to pay $2. You have to wear a mask. If you're out there and you want to know what your number is, it's 334-3305, 423 area code. So like I said, Mary will answer, and she knows who we are. And we've rode her bus for a long time. My wife's rode it for about 11 years now. I've rode it for about 15 or 16 years. So, we've had a good time. We give everybody equal opportunity. But if you're out here on one of these roads, Hunter Bend Road's out here, it's the closest road. I've never really walked out that way. I was going to one time during the summer before my other shoes got tore up. And that day it rained.
It poured.
Yeah. And of course, by the time we got home, I think quit. I thought all we need to do is get out there and be stranded. But if you're out here on one of these roads, let's get wind of this video. Well, just get at us. We'll look forward to seeing you. Like I said, just watch the whole video, or at least a good portion of it. You don't have to watch all 3 hours of it, but just get what you need. Put a comment down here if you're a lady interested in our offer. If you're somebody, if you're just somebody that like a couple or I don't know, something like that. Maybe just want the friend thing, just a text buddy thing or something. I guess we can, always take a few of those. Like I said, we don't want hundreds and hundreds of you, just a couple of you close by that maybe we could do something once in a while. But really, while we're on here is our unicorn bestie thing. But I'm trying to kind of be a little bit fire. And so if we find a few close ones that, or something, like my wife said, we just look for somebody sweet that likes to do things we like to do. Somebody simple, no drama, knows what they want, good listener. And like I said, every now and then we cuddle and like to do stuff like that, like she said. And Once in a while, we might make out a time or two occasionally, but things of that nature and different things. So, like I said, if you're one of them likes doing all this stuff, plus all the other stuff we've mentioned, and just holler at us, and we'll see you later. Although, I just want to say, if you don't have a place, we'll try to find one. We'll all look together, but we can't move you in here due to we rent here and all that stuff. So, again, hopefully you have your own place, or we can see too if you've got family or something. Don't mind help us out. We'll see what we can find out, see how we're going to have to do everything, but don't worry about all that. We'll worry about that when we come to it. But anyway, just want to kind of put that out there. But we'll go ahead and end this video and tell everybody good night. We'll be back, and I'll check this from time to time. So don't worry, but tomorrow around 7 p.m., 8 p.m., we'll be back out here. I'll put a comment or two out so everybody knows. All right. So hopefully we'll see you tomorrow, sweetheart. Bye.